What's up, guys? This is Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down T Higgins and his route running ability. I think he does not get enough credit for as precise of a route runner he is. He's great with the top of the catch. He's great at making catches in traffic, going up and winning jump balls. So today we're going to break down what makes him so special, what gets him separation, and why I think his game will translate well into the NFL. And guys, if you're a receiver and you want to improve your football IQ, check out that link in the description below. Let's get started. So he's going to be running a post out here, okay, or commonly known as a blaze out. So let's watch this thing full speed one more time. So he's making this break to the post, sells it with his eyes, sells it with his shoulders, sudden stick back to the out. Okay, so the main thing I want to talk about here is a couple things. This stem right into the break, I want you to notice how good his pad level is. He kind of brings up his chest a little bit, but he doesn't reach with this stick, which is fine. He's got this nice explosive pad level going forward, and he's very sudden to the post because we want to make everybody believe that he's running a post right now. So sell this stem full speed, no indicator with my pad level. There are situations where maybe I want to change up the speed on the route, but right now I don't believe that's one of them because it's a double move. It's a longer developing route, right? So I want to get up into this route, especially against an off corner, sudden stick, and then break to the post. So again, sudden stick here, right? Comes to the post. What's the first thing that shoots around? It's his eyes. Your eyes are going to tell lies, guys. But also, I could look back to the ball all day, but if my shoulders and my hips are drifting upfield, I'm not going to get any separation. You can see how he commits his hips a little bit to the inside here. When you give your eyes to the quarterback and you commit your head and your shoulders to the post, look like he's trying to keep it skinny, it's going to get a reaction out of this DB, right? And so 3 hard steps here. So 1, 2, 3. Now I want you to see here, this back leg, he kind of drags it back here. You kind of see the terps shoot up here. But the main thing I want you to see is when he makes this stick, it explodes him back out. He's pushing up the inside arch of his foot, and he's opening up that hip, right? Now you can see here, DB's biting on this fake really, really hard because he committed this thing with his eyes and with his shoulders. That's what I want to get the most out of it. Good, fast stem, commit your eyes, commit your shoulders, sudden stick, break it out to the out. Now, when you're in this position right here, guys, we gain separation. I know he doesn't have a lot of room to work here with the sideline, but I want to make sure I'm accelerating out. I want to make sure I don't just stop and sit back and wait for the ball and let this DB recover. I'm accelerating out, make sure I'm getting separation as far as the field will let me, right? I obviously don't want to run out of bounds. That's day one stuff. That's before day one stuff. That's just common sense. But that's what we got to be able to do. Let's say he was a little bit more in the open field. When I make this break to the post to shoot me back to this out, I want to accelerate off this break and pump my arms. Let's watch this route full speed one more time. Post out or blaze out. So sudden stick, 1, 2, 3. Sudden feet, guys. Anytime we're working a double move and we're working it off a speed cut, we want to be sudden. So here we're going to talk about this kind of foot fire release off the line, closing the gap with this DB, then pushing vertical. So let's watch it full speed, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he bursts upfield, restacks him, looking back to this ball, doesn't look till he's open. Ball's underthrown, and we still make a play on this ball. That's a great job by T Higgins. So main thing we're going to talk about is this release. So anytime we're working a release, guys, we want to think. There's a great interview with I forget who it is, Cooper Kupp, who talks about how when you're working releases, when you're working off the line, you want to think in thirds, right? Because this DB might not bite on the first move to the outside, right? If we were just to give one move to the outside, he's not going to bite on it. But if we go 1, 2, 3 to the outside, he'll bite on the third move, right? He's more likely to bite on the third move, I should say. But what does he do as well while he's making 3 moves is he's closing the gap with this DB, right? In his catch technique, I want to close the gap with him. I want to try to get him on his heels, backpedaling out there, flat-footed if I can, right? So he comes off fast. Now, again, when he comes off, I want you to see, look at his pad level. His pad level is not straight up and down. What I see a lot of people do is when they come off the line and they try to work these releases, they bring their chest up. I don't want to expose my number. I want to keep my number covered, quote unquote. So again, he's coming out 1, 2, 3, jab to the inside. Now you see when he makes that third jab, a little bit of head and shoulder movement, not too much, very subtle, but that's what's going to get this DB to stay inside. Because here's the thing as well. When we want to take an inside release, this DB in man coverage does not want to give us that inside release, right? He wants to force us to the sideline. The sideline is his help. But when I'm closing the gap here and I'm getting him to kind of backpedal out, kind of flat-footed, and I'm giving him a violent head and shoulder fake to the outside, that's where he's going to sit and that's where he's going to bite. Because I'm closing this gap, because he doesn't have hands on me, I'm in a good range to make this thing happen. And you can see he avoids the contact here because he understood the concept of range. We don't want to cover ourselves. And then when he's working here, he works to restack. He works to restack to where this DB's trailing his back hip. Now, I want you to see he doesn't look for this ball till he knows that he's got him open. You see him, he's not looking for the ball right here. Because when he looks for that ball, he picks up his chest, and then this DB's going to be able to recover, right? He's got his head straight down, head straight forward, shoots his eyes back around. Now the ball's coming. If this ball's thrown over the top, easy catch for 6. But now, underthrown ball, you could see here, goes up with a strong grip. That's what I want to be able to do. But now we're going to talk about something that I think he could have done a little bit better. You see how he's holding this ball out here, right? Anytime we go up, and he does it on the next clip, and it's you guys are going to see. But anytime we go up and it's an underthrown ball, jump ball, I want to go up with strong hands, and then I want to be violent to the tuck. Because you see he holds this ball out there. You see how close this DB gets to ripping that ball out. If he hits his arms a little bit harder, hits that football a little bit harder, ball's going to be incomplete. It's going to be a great recovery by this DB. So every time we catch a jump ball, guys, we got to bring that thing violently right to the tuck. So catch, right to the tuck. So again, 3-step move. So it's just left, right, left. DB's going to more likely to bite on the third move. My feet got to be fast, and I got to sell it with my upper half. Let's watch it full speed. So 1, 2, 3. Work upfield, restag, don't look until we're open, adjust to the underthrown ball, strong grip, and then make sure we're violent to the tuck. Don't hold that ball out there, okay? So now we're going to talk about, again, another jump ball situation. Not going to focus too much on the release. Let's watch it full speed here. So again, being physical. Don't be afraid of contact. And now again, you see how he's kind of holding this ball out right here on the catch, right? He's holding it, and it gives this DB more of an opportunity to make a play on it, right? Anytime I'm in this situation where I maybe got to go over a guy and I make this catch, right? Now, this is a little bit trickier of a situation because it's hard to go straight to the tuck. But whenever I got to make this catch in traffic or I got to make a catch on a jump ball, I want to take this ball and go violently right to the tuck. But you see he holds it out here for a little bit. And I think he's just trying to secure this catch. But that DB, those DBs are trying to knock that ball out. That's what they're taught to do. They're taught to rip through these arms when we're caught in traffic or just to rip that ball right out of your hand. So I got to make sure that when I catch this thing, I'm violently right to the tuck, right? And on this next clip, we're about to see he does that. So, again, 1, 2, 3. Thinking in thirds off the line of scrimmage. Let's watch this release full speed. So 1, 2, 3. Gets him to lean inside. Works back upfield. DB does not play this thing bad, but that's a perfect example, That's a perfect example of how he goes right to the tuck, being violent right to the tuck. So this is an example of him doing the correct thing. So again, off the line of scrimmage, what gets this DB, I want to be able to take this outside release, right? DB does recover good, but the whole goal of this is to get him maybe to lean inside, get him to lean on this outside leg. So what does he do here? 1, 2, 3. We're thinking in third. So he goes right, left, right. Now, the only thing I could say here is I want to be a little bit more believable with my feet. You see how his feet are kind of, they're a little bit choppy the first couple steps. So there's 1, 2, 3. It's like he would just be making one move. If I could get those 3 moves to be as explosive as this third stick and my upper half just as violent as it is, I think we're more than likely to get this guy to lean. But those first 2 moves, that 1, 2, 3 here, that 1, 2 didn't really do anything, okay? That 1, 2 has got to accomplish something. So I want to maybe get my head and my shoulders working with that first 1, 2, and then that third stick needs to be just like all of them. It needs to be explosive. I need to be exploding off that inside arch of my feet, and I need my upper half to be violent. But you see it still gets a little bit of a lean out of this DB, a little bit flat-footed, which is what we wanted to accomplish so we could get this free outside release. But now DB has good recovery speed here. Now, ball is thrown up top, just go up and get it, right? So again, what do we got to do? I got to go up for the top of this route, got to go up with strong hands, and then when I pull this thing back, you see how he goes right to the tuck here. Pulls this thing back, right to the tuck. Let's protect the ball. That's what I want to be able to do. Go up and catch it, pull it right to the tuck. That's exactly what I try to teach my guys when we go up for a catch in traffic, because we want to protect this ball. We don't want to hold it outside of my frame, let it hit the ground and pop out, or let this DB make a play on it. I go up for a jump ball. I got to win this catch here and then go violently right to the tuck. Make sure I secure this catch, secure that ball, okay? All right, guys, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, guys. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I will make sure to get back to you, and I'll see you guys next time.